So today's one of those days where I have like a little bit of downtime. I'm teleworking from home, and right now I have like maybe a couple minutes before I have to go get my kids. But I wanted to know, what are some of the things that you used that you thought were going to help you get rid of the bird mites? Because I can tell you what I used. I made a concoction. And the concoction went a little something like this. It was the Listerine, the witch hazel, the lemongrass, essential oil, lavender, essential oil, tea tree essential oil, and I think that was it. And neem oil. And I think that was, no, not neem oil. Just that. That's what I used to as a repellent. But I'm going to tell you, I added neem oil to the mix. And neem oil was my saving grace. I'm in bed just luxuriating. And neem oil was my saving grace. And coconut oil, because I wanted some added moisture. Because if you hadn't noticed, you're showering like crazy, right? You're showering. I was showering 2 to 3 times a day. So, and on top of that, not only was I like using that as repellent. Sorry. Not only was I using it as repellent, I was also bathing in that, like taking a bath in that concoction. Yeah. And hot water. So I did the bath thing once a day, coming down at the end. I did the bath thing when I was coming down to the end of this. But, so that's what I used. Has it worked, or has anybody else used that or done that? And has it worked for you guys? Another thing is too, I said in my last video that I shaved me and my boys' hair off because I felt them in my hair and I knew that my hair had just had to go. So I felt I was my prettiest anyway, bald. So it didn't matter to me. But when it comes down to getting rid of these things, cleaning is a major part of it. Being obsessed with cleaning, now you're going to waste your whole day. Is going to be revolved around cleaning and washing and cleaning in Ziploc bags and having this regimen in your head of how not to contaminate things. But here's the trick. This is what I did. First things first. Don't hate me for telling you this. I'm warning you right now. If you are one of those people that have a vengeful spirit, don't listen to the rest of what I'm about to say. How I got rid of the bird mites? I got a company. I paid a company $5,300 to come and spray. And that did nothing. I'm smiling because that was my breaking point. That did nothing. So they kept coming back. The people, the extermination company kept coming back because things was heating up and it was not going anywhere. And I was like, why is this getting worse? The bird nests are gone. The nest is gone, so why are they still here? And why do they want my soul? Because they wasn't attacking my oldest son. They were just attacking me. Because at this point, it was just me and my oldest son in the house. I had to send my kids away. My smaller kids away. Because they couldn't, first off, see me in this fragile state. Because I done lost about 30 pounds. I had lost 30 pounds at the time. And I was a mess. I was a crying pudding pop. Because I had no control. And I'm a woman that needs control over everything. So it just was like, why are they still here? How long are they gonna be here? I didn't even want them to come to my party. Why are they here still, right? So they were like, I don't know, but these things takes time. $5,300. You're gonna come back every time I call you. You coming back. If I sneeze, you better come in and say bless you every single time. So I had to break away, meaning you have to figure out a way to break away from the house and from the car and from your wherever you infested, wherever the infestation is. You have to figure out a way to be away from that area. So I say all this to say, follow me down this road and tell me what you think. So what I did was I went away. I checked myself in to a mental institution. And I took that time for self-love because I was at my wit's end where I didn't know what was real and what was fake because I just had no where else to go mentally. I was tapped out. And I knew that I needed a place because remember, they were at my house. They were at my friend's house. And every single time I left one area, I went back to the car. I'm infesting these places. Every time you get reinfested, you get reinfested every time you go to the car. You're reinfested every time you go step yourself into the house. You're reinfested every time you go to your friend's house. So you dropping these droplets everywhere. So I went and checked myself in. And while I was there, I scrubbed my body. I kept scrubbing my body. And they said, what are you here for? I told them what I was here for. I told them that I have these things that love my body. And they're all over. And I showed them, I was trying to show them the black dots and the black things that's all over me. And they were like, hallucinations. Bitch. Bitch. Hallucinations? Okay. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. So, I took videos and pictures and documented everything I was going through, because the fastest thing the fastest thing to get me going is to tell me that I'm lying or I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. And that's what got me on my rockers, because everybody was saying I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. And I'm like, why am I the only one that is privy to these feelings? They was like, oh, because some people are more sensitive to these things. Some people are more sensitive to insects and pests and stuff like that. And I'm one of the chosen ones that's more sensitive to them. Some people got harder skin. They can sleep through anything. I'm a light sleeper. If I feel a draft, I'm like, oh, one of these windows open. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what they chuck it down to. So basically, you have to separate yourself from your house. And what do you do with your house? While it's getting treated, it needs to be getting treated. And what are they treating the house with? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever they used at my house did not work. some of the things did not work. One time they did treat and it worked for a while, but then you got to remember, you got to keep treating and keep treating and keep treating. I found Sterifab works like Raid. Sterifab works like Raid. So what I ended up doing was I went to the inpatient for 5 days. After doing inpatient, I already had a plan. The plan was sell your house. I got the ball rolling. I had my best friend pack me up. Had my best friend call the real estate agent. She did everything. That's why I said in one of my videos that my best friend is like freaking an angel on this earth. She knew that I couldn't take no more of this, and I didn't want no more parts of it. So she helped sell most of my things. 70%, no, 80% of my things she sold to get my house ready for being resold. And I just bought my house a year ago. So talk about for real mental breakdown now. And having to be okay with losing everything, because guess what? You who are watching this, you done lost everything anyway to them pests. And you trying to hold on to the little bit that you do have. You got to let it go. Let them have it. Let them have it. So that's what happened. So basically, I decided to sell my house, and I went and got a new car. I traded my car in because my car was infested. I traded my vehicle in and got a new one. And because when I had treated it before I even say all that, please treat your vehicles first. Treat your vehicles. You treat it with the Sterifab. Remember, they need to be bombed out or whatever you use to stun them. Sterifab works as far as stunning them. Neem oil works as far as stunning them. But what really works to demolish them and get rid of them, Sterifab, and guess what? 99.9% alcohol. What those exterminators using, that's charging you all this $5,000-$6,000, is alcohol, y'all. Yes. How did I find all this out after months of being tormented? An exterminator from New York told my sister after months of me being tormented. And I already started coming around to knowing that it was alcohol that was the thing that was going to get them. Because prior to even finding that out, my father made handmade hand sanitizer with 91% alcohol and olive oil and all this stuff for us. And he sent it to all of us. Like he gave all his kids. I'm making a video. So he gave all his kids, and we used that. So when I was visiting him in Georgia, after my little stint in the inpatient, I used some in my hands, and I noticed that them things was rolled up in my hands when I used it. And I was like, oh, it kills it on contact. So, you know what I did? When nobody was looking, I took a jar and I went ahead and bathed myself a little bit in it. Here, you get a little bit. And I washed my hair with it. And I didn't care. I wanted those things off of me. And I got it off of me. That's how I did it. Homemade hand sanitizer, and nobody else be judging me because the shit worked. It worked for me. I used alcohol was the base. Homemade hand sanitizer what my father had made, because it had olive oil and all that. I used it because it was loving my ears. Them things was all around my ears and around I went ahead wash up while I'm in the shower, already scrubbing myself. I went ahead and took that. I washed myself off with that, and then I washed myself off with regular soap and stuff. And I did that. I was out there for like a week. I did that for a week. By the time I got in my brand new car, and get a new car, in my brand new car, I had nothing. I had no bites. I had no problems. I thought I was having an issue with my new car at first. So I was vacuuming like crazy because remember, I didn't have a transitional period. So what you need is a transitional period. So that's my advice. Get something between you and your infested ass house. And if you can, you gotta sell it. But put it in your buyer's disclosure and your seller's disclosure that, I know they live in your carpet. You gotta get rid of the carpet, and they stick to things like it's hard to get them off of the wall. Don't have flat paint. Flat paint is a wrap. But yeah, like you gotta create space between you and wherever is infested. So I created space. I went to inpatient. Now, if you can't go inpatient, while you creating space between you and the place, in the place that's infested, you have to have something implemented to treat that place. And something implemented to treat your vehicle too. Everything has to be treated at the same time. You, your car, and your house. How do you create that? So another option is to utilize a hotel, the pool. Jump in the pool. Got the chlorine. They can't live on that. They can't live on it. Do that every day. But you gotta remember something. You're gonna keep reinfesting everything if you're just not getting rid of the house. So spray your house out with that 99% alcohol, and you'll be fine. Because let me tell you, the alcohol, the Sterafab is like Raid. It killed them on contact. You need to kill them on contact and get rid of your carpet and vacuum them up. You understand what I'm saying? You need to get rid of them by alcohol. Alcohol is the way to go. And alcohol is very strong, extremely strong. So you better be careful too if you're using it. So I sprayed, and I made sure it was just me that was around. So I spray it, and then I open up the windows because I don't want to pass out, and I don't want to hurt nobody else around me neither. So that is your best bet, and this is on God. This is the advice I'm giving you that worked for me. It ain't no question mark. Did it work? Or maybe it won't work. I just wish they had a video out there that says, Sherry, take your butt and go buy you some alcohol and kill them things. If I would have known that alcohol was the saving grace, I would have been bought alcohol. I would have had people driving halfway to Texas to come and give me gallons of alcohol. I got a gallon of alcohol right now on deck, just in case, okay? Just in case somebody want to act funny and pop up. A bird might want to pop up. I'm like, nah, bitch. Nope. You know what I'm saying? So that is how I did it. And on top of that, I kept Sterafab. I kept Sterafab on deck because I keep it in my car. Because I still have stuff in storage. The little bit of stuff I have in storage, I'm watching it with the side eye like, you better not have nothing on you, because if you do, you dead. And no matter what I get out of storage, I don't bring it into where I'm staying at. I don't bring nothing into where I'm staying at. I'm no longer in my house. I'm actually closing on my house on September 8th. And I'm living in a 2-bedroom apartment, me and my children. And guess what? I don't have bird mites. So whatever I bring out of that storage unit, it don't come in my house. It go right to the balcony. And in that balcony is when I go ahead and spray everything down with my Sterifab. Or I take it right to get it washed. You got to do things in little doses. You can't do a whole big move. So if you're going to be implementing things back into your life from an infested area, you got to do a little bit at a time so you can control it. So you can control like how much comes in or whatever. And if I do go into the storage unit, I still, as soon as I'm finished dealing with what I'm doing, I'll take off my clothes before I even go into the bedroom. I take off all my clothes and everything, and I put it in the washer before I go anywhere. And I go right to the shower, and I shower, and I scrub everything. Yep. I don't play. So there you have it. If you were wondering, there you have it. If you have any questions, I'm free to answer anything. Like, ask away, and I'm here for you because I've been there, and I'm on the other side. I am for real on the other side, and I want y'all to be there too. So let me know if you want me to answer anything. All right. Bye.